Oh man, this is Scared Talk. I am Danny, and I'm here with Creeper Katrina, and we got Jovial Joel.
Hey guys, what's up?
Today, we are going to talk about the 2022 film Smile.
Smile.
Say cheese. We have the Smile 2, the sequel coming out, and so we thought we would revisit the original. We never reviewed it, and now here we are.
We've talked a lot about it.
Yes, it
We
has
have.
been mentioned numerous times.
It's even been on lists
Yeah, it's been on lists
in 2022.
It's a couple of lists it's been on.
Yeah.
So now let's finally get into it. Joel, can you tell us who was a part of it?
All right. So this one stars Sosie Bacon. She's Kevin Bacon's daughter. She was in, 6 episodes of Mayor of Easttown, 11 episodes of 13 Reasons Why, and 4 episodes of Scream, the TV series. And then we've got Jesse T. Usher. He is Trevor, the boyfriend. And he was in Independence Day Resurgence. I think he played Will Smith's son in that, who wasn't in that movie. He was in the 2019 Shaft and 32 episodes of The Boys so far. I think he's going to be in the new season also, so it's going to go up from there. But yeah. He's one of the main characters.
Oh wait, is he A-Train?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he's A-Train.
A-Train.
The A-Train. We got Kyle Gallner. He was in The Haunting in Connecticut, A Nightmare on Elm Street, the remake. The Strange Darling, which came out, I think, this year. And he was in Kevin Smith's Red State.
He was in Red State?
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's on.
Well, he's probably one of the
ones before. But
he's one of the main kids, I think, in it.
We need to review that. That would be fun because that is a horror movie. Counts.
Oh, is it?
Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Okay.
This was written and directed by Finn Parker, who. So this is interesting. So he wrote a short called "The Hide Behind," and a short called "Laura Hasn't Slept," along with Smile 2. Laura Hasn't Slept. I looked that one up. That is a short for Smile. Laura is actually the character that we meet in the beginning of Smile. She's our first victim of the movie, the one that starts everything off. And
the one in who's seeing her. Okay, the patient. Okay.
Yeah. So
it's like the prequel.
Yeah. So, and it's the same actress who was Laura in the short. That was the Laura in this one. So that's kind of interesting.
Wow, that's cool. Maybe it's better as a short.
No, it's not better as a short, I'm sure. I'm sure it's a good short, but I don't know. And Finn Parker directed what he wrote. So he's literally written 4 things, and 2 of them were Smile 2. So
all right.
And one was a prequel. Pretty much short.
Yeah. Short, yeah.
Okay.
But like feature length wise, only Smile 2.
All right. So after witnessing a bizarre, traumatic incident involving a patient, the psychiatrist becomes increasingly convinced she is being threatened by an uncanny entity.
Oh, man.
All right. So this has been out for a couple of years. It's been discussed quite a bit. So let's see what critics and the audience has to say.
Okay. So on the tomato meter, this gets a good 80%.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good score, especially for a 2-year-old horror film.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Interesting. And on the popcorn meter, it's at a 77%.
All right. Pretty consistent.
Mm-hmm. IMDb has it at 6.5.
Okay.
Google
Nice.
has the 3.7.
Okay. So overall, pretty well-reviewed movie.
Pretty.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
critics,
Well,
for the
yeah.
audience,
Yeah.
for everybody.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. So
I already know how this is gonna go with Katrina, based on a couple years ago.
Uh-huh.
Because I did mention a couple lists. This was on
Uh-huh.
not one, but two. So has her opinion changed at all? Probably not.
we will see.
We will see.
Probably not. So I liked this one when we first saw it. I thought it's a pretty familiar type of movie where like a curse follows somebody, kind of like The Ring, The Grudge, movies like that. And so the story, or at least that part of the movie, wasn't that interesting, but I did like the smile piece, and I thought the acting with the different smilers was good. It was pretty creepy. And I liked some of the kind of background stuff we get on the characters and how that applies to the story, and how it applies for not just the main character but other characters within the story, and how why this curse follows them. Kind of, it's like a metaphor for something else. So I did appreciate that it wasn't just a straightforward like The Ring or The Grudge or something.
Yeah,
it had a little more depth to it.
Mm-hmm.
I did find one of the scenes to be so funny, so I was laughing pretty hard out loud when the scene happened.
Oh yeah,
it was good. I don't think it's supposed to be funny, but I found it
did
to
you
be
have that
hilarious.
on your list of like
The unintentional? Yeah,
funny?
when we did Sledgehammer Horror, when we did a live with them for unintentional funny moments, that was on there. And I don't know that they found it to be very funny. I don't know.
I don't remember.
But anyways, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that.
So Joel,
you were cracking up.
Yeah.
It
was just out of nowhere. I was like, what the heck? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Joel got it.
No, what you're seeing, you're talking about. I would just watch this one today earlier. So I'm like going back through the scenes, and I was like, yeah, that was a scene. Because that was a scene from before when we talked about it a couple years ago.
Yeah. He's definitely brought this scene up.
Yeah. So it is a ridiculous scene.
It's just so like,
and I don't know if they were going for scary. Like it doesn't. I don't know.
I think it was too over the top to be scary.
It never really, it never screamed scary moment to me. So I don't know what they're going for. I enjoyed this movie, especially the first time I saw it. It was good. I like the different the transitions and the camera angles that you see throughout the entire movie, which is, I've only seen 2 of this person's movies, but they definitely have a style.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I enjoy it.
Yeah, I like that. And the acting was really good, especially for these movies. If the acting isn't great for like our main character, these movies don't work very well. And so I think she did a good job in this movie, and I think everyone did their part. And yeah, there were definitely some jump scares in this that were either warranted or unwarranted. There were definitely a little bit of both in there. I'm not a fan of the unwarranted jump scares, but the ones that just the cheap scares. There were definitely those in this, but there were also actual legit jump scares that I did by myself, kind of jumping a little bit for. And yeah, the story, I mean, it has been done before, but like, every story at this point really has been done before. So I'm not going to hold that really against it. And yeah, I enjoyed this one. I've seen it probably 3 times now since it came out, and I think I liked it just as much the third time as I did the first time.
Okay, so it's held up.
Yeah, for me it's held up. I mean, it's only been 2 years, so it's we'll see in like 10 or 12 if it's held up for. But so far it has held up, so I enjoyed it.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Katrina, what do you think?
All right. Well, here's the thing. One, the jump scares. We'll go to that first. That's been my biggest complaint with this movie. An in-theater watch of this movie was, for me, way worse than an at-home watch, which is not common. But watching this in theaters and the amount of unnecessary, super ridiculous, cheap jump scares was so frustrating to me. It's like, if you have to use that in your movie to make it fun, then you don't have a good enough movie. Then the jump scares that were actually beneficial to the story, that were actually worth it, that were good jump scares, most of them were shown in the trailer. And so then you just ruined all the good jump scares. So now we're just left with the stupid ones. And now I'm just annoyed. So that did not make me smile. So that's probably my biggest complaint of the movie. I actually have enjoyed this movie more on later watches than the first watch. One, because of the theater experience, I think. And two, because I think that like Danny was talking about, the depth of the story, where yes, it's a story that's been said and done. But the fact that there's an extra component to how this entity follows you, and the depth of that holds up, and that causes the movie to go up a little bit in my book. And so it's good that I've watched it a few extra times, because I have enjoyed it, the additional watches, much more than I enjoyed the first time. I think the other thing is the trailer and all the advertisement around it got you so hyped, so excited for the movie. And you just needed to see the trailer, and that was pretty much it. Like, it got you so hyped and excited for, like, what are we gonna see? There was nothing more than in the trailer, like scare wise and like horror wise. Maybe the final scene, or not final, but like, final act, right? But aside from that, it was like, dude, like, if the trailer hadn't given all of that away, it would have been such a better movie, and such a better experience.
There's definitely one part that the trailer gave away that was really, really cool. Yeah. A really cool effect that they used. And it made me jump watching the trailer. So
yeah, but then by the time, I mean, we saw the trailer so many times. By the time we saw the movie, there was no jump left.
Yeah,
and
you could see it coming, and
you saw it coming. You were waiting for
still
it.
Good though. It's still good. Like,
it's good for what it is, but it's ruined because of the trailer, and they shouldn't have done that. They really destroyed it because of that. I'm not forgiving him.
Okay. It's hard for me when it's like, yes, the trailer gave away things, but that's not the movie's fault necessarily.
Who chooses what the trailer
marketing.
is set up like?
The studio's marketing, not
So-
the director, not the actors.
So the director has no say. They should have to approve the marketing.
The studio is the one giving the money, so they're the main bosses of these movies.
I would say directors have a say in more independent films, but this is Paramount, so I would guess, especially Parker Finn, has no resume.
No, this is the first movie that he's made. Besides,
I feel bad for him because that
was a
really affected his.
It was. I don't think. I'm pretty sure he's doing fine.
I guess so, but he would have one more fan. But one thing that, yes, I thought that the shots were really cool. I did like how they played with the camera work and everything in this movie. And I think that it helped in this movie. It helped with giving that feel of just that confusion and discomfort within what's going on in the story. I think that's what helped you like continue to feel it. The smiling was awesome in this movie. The like creepy smile. They did a great job with like holding it and holding a shot on it. I think those were things that they did really well. And so
I really liked, there's a scene with what'd you call it, an alarm company. I really liked that scene. I thought that scene was cool. There's a scene with the therapist, which we saw in the trailer. But I didn't see it coming at that time.
That's true. That is true. They did better with that than the other scene in the trailer. But imagine how much even better it would have been if we hadn't seen that in the trailer.
True. If there was just no trailer.
Oh, that would have been great.
That'd be the best.
Great. Although, I don't know. We'll talk about how that works out.
Okay.
In our next review.
All right.
Lack of trailers.
Yeah, lack of viewing a trailer.
I mean, it held up for me. We saw it.
Yeah, that's the thing, is it does hold up. It's a movie that holds up, and I feel like is enjoyable to watch multiple times.
Overall, I would definitely recommend it for any horror fan. I think it's we'll see if it becomes a franchise and where that might go. But it has, as far as this film, potential for a cool franchise.
As far as this film, yes.
So do you guys have any other things to talk about before we rate it?
I think one of my favorite scenes of this movie, and I'm not gonna give anything away from what happens in the scene, but I think it's her nephew's birthday party. I just love that entire scene. It's just like I knew what was going to happen with it, but it was still like just seeing. She does terror really well, seeing terror on her face and just in total shock and just so that was probably one of my favorite scenes of the movie. And just third time seeing, I was like, that's still a good scene right there. So there's some good trauma sequences in this movie, and that's pretty much what the basis of this entire movie is about. And they for the most part, they do it well. And Yeah, they do it well for the most part. The having trauma be the main
Yeah.
thing,
Mhm.
the main, I guess, antagonist of this of this
Yeah.
of this
Yeah.
movie. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. Like I like, or when I first saw it, I didn't like how it ended. But then I kind of did after thinking about it a little more.
Mhm.
mhm.
But I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I could say I like it, but I could also give reasons why I don't.
Yeah.
So we can talk about how
Yeah,
it
that's why I
ended.
said for the most part, because there's
Mhm.
the yeah. I think the
Yeah.
ending itself could have been done better.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll talk about that in the spoilers.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I agree though, the acting, and especially during that scene and um numerous scenes, like she really did do a
Mhm.
phenomenal job at showing her fear and
Mhm.
discomfort and just losing it while everyone else is like, what? You know, what is going
Yeah.
on? Yeah.
Yeah, just seeing
She
this
did
woman
really good.
just like, I don't know, just go completely crazy at
Yeah.
her own nephew's birthday party. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
All right. Let's rate it. I'll go first.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it an 83.
Okay.
I liked it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go an 87.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
87.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say an 80.
This would have been like a 50 2 years ago for you.
Yes. Yes. Now, here's the thing. The reason why I'm doing that, one, because of the multiple watches.
Mhm.
It has definitely
Yeah.
gone up each time I've watched it.
Mhm.
Two, because I'm trying hard not to hold the trailer against it. And it is a really, I find it to be even scarier to watch at home than to watch in the theater.
The sound design in the theater, I've noticed. I noticed it in Terrifier 3. I noticed it in Smile, the first one, that it's there. It's so overreactive that it's like it's intentionally loud to make you jump, which
Yeah.
is not okay, because that's a cheap jump scare. So yeah, I could see that that was done several times in this movie in the theater.
Yeah.
And so I can see it being a better watch at home than in theaters because of that reason. And I mean, if you like to jump no matter what, then it's a good movie in theaters. But
go to the theater. Yeah.
I'm not a fan of cheap jump scares.
Yeah. My biggest beef has always been about like when she's opening the can of cat food.
Mhm.
And like in the theaters,
Yeah.
it was so ridiculous.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, because it's like a transition to the next scene. So it's like a scene ends and then
yeah.
and then it's the cat food.
And it's just her
Mhm.
opening a can of cat food.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like, are you serious? Oh my gosh, it was so frustrating. Yeah. So
Okay. Well,
there we go.
We're gonna get into spoilers. Make sure, I didn't even say this. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel, like the video, comment below for more discussion with us on Smile 2022. And then if you want to hear our thoughts on the spoilers, then you're going to want to go to patreon.com/scaretalk and sign up there. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.